Welcome back. It's a welcome, Matt. Terrible joke. Cut that. Oof. I don't know about these intros. Someone needs to tell that guy he's not funny. Either way, today I'm going to be taking a Sisal-style doormat, which I picked up for just a few dollars at a big box store, and turning it into one of the simplest, most effective crafts that I've ever done. Now this is going to be made into wheat fields, a craft you rarely see, but that absolutely belongs in every medieval fantasy setting. It's also incredibly easy to make. I start by taking my olfa knife and slicing the mats into strips. Of course, finding a mat without a pattern on it would be better, but this is what was available near me, so if you're in a similar situation, just trim around the pattern if you can. I started off making the cuts with my olfa knife using a fresh blade and making multiple passes to get through the material. But I quickly switched to some heavy kitchen shears. These work a lot better honestly, so if you're trying this yourself, get a nice heavy pair of scissors and save yourself some time and effort. I used the measurements on my cutting mat to cut the fields into 6 pieces of roughly 6 by 6 inches. I also made 2 longer fields that are 12 by 6. This does get a little messy of course, but if it didn't, how would it even be fun? There will be loose fibers as you cut the edges of the mat, and the easiest thing to do is just make sure to knock any loose fibers free and clean them up as you go. You won't get 100% of them, but you will get most. I wanted to add some color variety to the tops of the mats, so I used the leftover piece with the pattern on it as a test piece. Eventually I take some yellow ochre, medium yellow, and a drop of white to desaturate it, and use that to overbrush the tops of the fields. You don't need to hit all of it, it's just to break up the color a little and make it less uniform. And the final step, yes, really already the final step, is hiding the edge of the rubber mat. For this I'm using AK's wet ground texture paste. If you don't have this, then honestly, a bit of PVA glue and dirt from the yard is probably fine. If you're using that method, you do want to cook the dirt first in the oven to make sure it's free of biological contaminants and things that will make your project go moldy or gross over time. While I do that, I'd like to thank you all for watching and ask you to please hit like and subscribe if you've enjoyed the video and you want to see more content. And if you really enjoyed the video, there are a bevy of ways to support the channel in the video description, including a link to my Patreon. I'd like to thank all of my current subscribers, especially my terrain tier supporter Amanda Chisholm. Your support means a lot and it makes a huge difference in what I can do with the channel. Now if any of you are interested in checking that out, we do have our own Discord as well as exclusive content, pictures, and even short fiction. Once the texture paste is dry, that is truly it. You have made an entire stack of wheat fields, all you'll ever need, and they're just ready to go. Just 3 steps. They look fantastic, they add a lot to the setting, and they can even be used to make combat more interesting. You can't shoot through them easily, so a fight, or even a chase through wheat fields, is going to be difficult. Running through them would count as difficult terrain, but they could also make an excellent place for a rogue or any other stealth character to hide. Maybe your players need to sneak up on an assassination target hiding out in a farmhouse, or prevent the local goblin population from burning down the wheat fields and invoking a famine. And best of all, when you're ready to clean up and put these away for storage, they stack brilliantly and can just be tucked back into a corner. They're not delicate after all, they're like 98% doormat and 2% paint. Thanks for watching. There is more content on the way. I've got a product review and miniature painting coming up next. Please hit like and subscribe if you'd like to be here for that. And I'll see you on the next one.